I would say the psychological effects of having a gummy smile are unbelievable. Like I couldn't smile without wanting to instantly cover my face just from a reaction. Like not even thinking, I would physically cover my mouth, and I feel like I have a great smile. It was just the psychological effects of going, oh, are people looking at my gums? Or people, do people see what I see when every time I look in the mirror? It would affect me every day, every time I smiled, and being a smiley person, it made it really difficult. I was doing internet searching. It finally, became a thing for me where I'm like, I really need to do something about this because it's affecting me every day. So I started Google. I did a Google search, an internet search, and dug through, looking at different, possibilities, and most of them were talking about shaving gums and doing this, and I already have a pretty big smile, so I was like, I don't have that option for me to to actually cut into my gum, and there were like jaw reconstructive surgery and things like that. It just seemed way over the top to me, and this was the one answer that just like stuck out in my mind. It was like, and it seemed so easy. The website's really easy to navigate. Made a simple phone call, and everyone at the office was really supportive, and it was a really easy process. Came in and met with Dr. Farnoosh, and just made me feel really comfortable about the whole procedure. And I read a couple other places that did it, and there were negative reviews and things where people like just did not have great experience. And anytime I'm dealing with anything to do with my face, or anything, especially my smile being something that I want to show people, I want it to be absolutely flawless, and that's what I got. I actually went back to work that same day. I do personal training as well, and I was back at work training my clients that day. It was a lot less swelling than I thought. I was meticulous about taking the antibiotics, and then also some of the over-the-counter drugs that I was told to take. So I think that had a lot to do with it. But it was relatively hardly any pain at all involved during the procedure. Was a lot faster than I ever anticipated it would go. The swelling, like I said, I was worried about bruising maybe, or people could see that I definitely had some swelling in my face, a little puffier than I was used to. But overall, it was a breeze. I thought it was going to be a lot more intensive than it was, and not at all. The only downside for me, because I love to laugh. Comedy is my life, so anytime I had to laugh, because Dr. Farnoosh was very adamant about, don't smile too big at first. I didn't want to stretch out my stitches, so I would have to hold down my mouth and laugh. I'd be like, this is funny. So for maybe 2 weeks, I had to do that, where I had to concentrate on somebody would say something funny or something would happen, and I'd be like, I gotta catch my lip. So it was not to stretch my stitches, not that anything would happen, but any procedure you want to do, you want to focus on keeping it intact the best you can, and that was the hardest part for me, is just not overly laughing too much for the first 2 weeks. It's one of those things with any kind of adjustment you have, and just the idea of going to a dentist or anybody messing with your face, your teeth, any of that's always nerve-wracking, at least for me. And I would have to say I'm so glad that I came, and I have no regrets at all. And I would, in the event, I obviously would do it again. I tell anyone, like, when people come to me, if they were to have that issue, I'd be like, yeah, you need to go see them. It's just a huge burden off your shoulders to have the procedure done. The burden of relief of just being able to feel normal in my smile and not having that self-conscious, like, am I showing too much gums? And now I joke with my friends, I'm like, I almost feel like I'm gonna have to charge Dr. Farnoosh to get me some Botox. I'm gonna have permanent smile lines. I can't wipe the smile off my face. I'm like, everything I do, I wake up and I'm like, I was smiling when I was sleeping. How did that happen? I just think overall in my life is just overall so much better. And just everyone knows it starts with a smile, and mine's not going anywhere. Everyone was super, super friendly, and the doctor was gentle. There were no overbearing pain, little pressure every now and then in certain spots, but and there was tightness at first in the lip. All that went away, and he coached me through all the steps. If I had questions, almost before I could answer the question, he was already answering, this, expect that. So there was nothing, I didn't feel like anything was a surprise for him, which is always, that's a scary thing. He knew every step all along the way as to what to expect, and it's just very comforting to know that, he's been through this before, he knows exactly what he's doing. It's not a roll of the dice. I am not unique in the fact that something crazy might happen. He told me what to expect, and that's exactly what way it went down. I had insecurities. Some of my teeth are, they weren't weren't being the key word. They weren't perfect. When I came in, I had some uneven teeth, and my gums weren't exactly, the shape of them weren't exactly ideal. And Dr. Farnoosh changed all that for the better, just made the very best version of me that he could, which turned out pretty good, I think. He reshaped all my teeth along the front, and then also the gum line itself. So like I said, it's the picture-perfect, symmetrical version of me. And what the most interesting part for me is when I smile, like I kind of had a dip to one side before, and now it's like symmetrical all the way across. One smile, one side to the other is just perfect.